Welcome to the planet. Welcome to existence. Everyone's here. Everyone's here. Everybody's watching you now. Everybody waits for you now. What happens next? What happens next?
I want to let you guys in on a little secret talent of mine. No, I cannot sing on key while belting on our tails for this song. I am by no means a chef. The most gourmet meal I can prepare is a bowl of Kraft macaroni and cheese. I am, although, the absolute master at getting lost. I cannot tell you the number of times I've been lost on my ventures this year. Whether it be heading an hour in the wrong direction with Max after Slicko, trying to find my way around Michigan State's huge campus, or even just trying to make it home to Fremont without taking a wrong exit. Saying that I'm directionally challenged is an understatement. I am your professional navigator. I am not the only person that is a master at getting lost, though. Think of all the movies and TV shows that involve being lost or getting stranded. One of my all-time favorite movies is Castaway, the story of Chuck Nolan, a FedEx employee who becomes lost on an island in the Pacific Ocean. Chuck spends 4 years of his life on the island with only his volleyball sidekick we all know as Wilson! Okay, so we may not be able to relate to Chuck's exact situation, but we can all definitely relate to the feeling of being lost. Getting off track happens in our lives all the time. We wouldn't be human if we didn't get lost every now and then. What do I mean by this? Sometimes being lost comes in the form of hanging out with the wrong kinds of friends, not being ourselves, hurting those around us, or even just perhaps losing focus on our goals. When we get lost, we often feel like there's no way for us to make it back to our rightful path. We focus too much on how great other people's journeys appear instead of trying to make it back to our rightful path. I'm here today to tell each of you that there is not one person sitting in this auditorium so completely and utterly lost that they cannot get back to enjoying their own one-of-a-kind journey. This past fall, I got involved with a great organization called Crusade. Crusade is a church youth group made up of over 500 students here in Michigan State. Each fall, Crusade puts on a weekend getaway called Fall Retreat. It was there that I heard the unforgettable story of Shelby. I recall seeing Shelby for the first time. She was beautiful. A petite girl with flowing brown hair that swayed as she made her way to the podium. In front of over 100 of her peers, she appeared slightly shaken, but dressed the podium confidently as she bowed her head to say a short prayer before beginning her testimony. Shelby began by telling the crowd for most of her life she had wanted to be the girl that others were looking at and looking up to. She had built her hopes upon her image, and because of it, she thought she would be accepted, especially when she got to college. Shelby described her life at college and how she was finally upholding the image of a pretty, fun sorority girl. She was going tanning, wearing dresses and high heels, and was going to parties nearly every weekend and making friends. But she felt ashamed about the way she had acted in order to do so. In the fall of 2008, Shelby and her friend Josh decided to go to a party where most everyone was drinking underage. They made plans to have a designated driver, but they fell through, and because of Shelby's compromised ability to make good decisions, she began to drive home. Shelby merged onto the expressway the wrong way, driving straight into oncoming traffic. That night, Shelby caused a horrific accident, and the other two people in the cars that she hit head-on were seriously injured, along with herself. But far worse was that night, Shelby's friend Josh died in the accident. It was then Shelby said, I just couldn't be that girl anymore. I couldn't pretend that the only thing that mattered in life was weighing 110 pounds, wearing an extra small, or going out partying and drinking every weekend and meeting guys. After years of yearning for something to fulfill a hole in her life, Shelby finally came to realize that she had been lost. Drifting through life, trying to find someone or something to lead her back to the righteous path. But Shelby's story does not just end there. She ended up joining Crusade in a local church where she was born again. After everything she endured, she was brought up on criminal charges related to the accident and was sentenced to 30 months in prison. Something had changed in Shelby, though. She now had the support of others, and she had something to live for. She realized she could not take her life for granted anymore. Since being released from prison, Shelby has continued to inspire others with her story and continued to inspire them not to give up on their own. Every day, we take things for granted. Even worse than taking our own lives for granted is when we start becoming jealous of other people's lives. Other people's journeys appear more fun or even more adventurous. They drive bigger trucks, have sunnier days, and seem to face a ton less detours than we do. I am super guilty of these feelings. I am especially guilty when it comes to comparing my life to movies. One of my all-time favorite movies is Ryan Gosling. All of my all-time favorite movies are Nicholas Sparks movies. I am a sucker for the mushy-gushy storyline of boy meets girl, they fall in love, and live happily ever after. Every time I get done watching one of these movies, I can't help but find myself asking, why? Why isn't Ryan Gosling building me a house? Why isn't Channing Tatum writing me handwritten love letters? And why is Zac Efron here to help me walk my dog? Am I right, ladies? And all the guys in the crowd are like, how am I supposed to compete with a hard-working, sensitive guy that loves dogs? At some point, we have all compared our lives to someone else's life or a movie. But why? Each of us has a journey that is uniquely tailored for us to take. Each of us need to realize that it is our time to move past looking at others and being jealous of their own lives. A good friend of mine is a herdsman. He once told me a story about how in his flock of one herd sheep, one wandered off being lost. Without hesitation, he left the 99 others on the hills to graze while he went and found the one missing sheep. And when he finally found it, he was more excited about finding that one sheep than about the 99 others that had never left the hills at all. Just like my friend, we have a lot of top-notch GPS systems in our lives. They help us guide us through our lives. Family, friends, teachers, and advisors all serve as awesome GPS systems. I want to say that we are all awestruck. We are not awestruck by the people that have it easy their entire lives. We are inspired by the people that overcome extreme adversities and manage to make it back to the path of success. There's going to be struggles along the way. The ups and the downs are what make us who we are. Sure, we may face some roadblocks and detours along the way. The way I see it is that we Michiganders have an advantage on everyone else. We may face some nasty weather, but we can give it 5 minutes or so, and it'll be 80 and sunny out. I may be slightly directionally challenged, but I can guarantee that each of you have already made a right turn in your journey by becoming a part of the largest youth organization in the world, the FFA. Only you can decide whether or not to make it back to the path of success. Each of you has so much potential to make your story one that leaves a lasting impact on others. Don't let anything hold you back from reaching your ultimate destination. Michigan FFA, take pride in your journey and enjoy the ride.
Josephine Spickerman, or Abby Joe. From the first 5 minutes I met you at state officer interviews, I knew you were going to do remarkable, amazing, wonderful things. You are such a great friend to every person on this team, and you touch the hearts of every person you meet. You truly have a heart of gold. You are such an amazing person inside and out, and you are the greatest person I have ever met. You inspire so many people throughout the world. Michigan FFA, your state president, Abby Spickerman.